Morning.
Morning.
Take us back to the beginning. Where were you in Castle Street? Is that how it all began?
Yeah, well,
The famous Castle Street?
yeah, the notorious Castle Street. I guess Matiu and I were scrappy little students down there. I guess.
Who was doing law?
I was.
Matiu.
Did you get it? Did you finish?
Yep.
So you're a lawyer.
Oh, yet to do my professionals, but yeah.
But you could open a car boot and run a consultancy if it all goes wrong. So you studied law. You were doing what?
I did design, but I didn't finish.
So you're a dropout.
Yeah,
So we got
pretty much.
So we got a lawyer and a dropout. So you're doing design. You're in Castle Street in the flat.
Yeah.
Was it a hole?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a. Yeah,
It was a terrible place, but
far from livable, really. But
it should be condemned now. I think it's come somewhat of an institution. I think down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you got together and started just playing?
Yeah, we had a kind of makeshift studio in my room. We used to play a couple songs for some mates as we bar hopped from Guardies to the Cook.
Yeah.
And that kind of grew into playing 21st and flat parties to the local pubs.
And how long ago was this? Because this your whole story seems to have happened incredibly quickly.
Yeah, I think this was about 2009 when we kind of started gigging a lot.
Yeah.
Until we released our EP at the end of 2009, and everything. I can't really remember what happened since then. We're just
It's all happened so fast. And so you were flatting together as musicians, or just you happened to be musicians who, you know?
Yeah, we were students flatting together that happened to be musicians, I guess.
We went down for the music school, but we didn't get in.
So double failure.
Yeah.
Didn't get into music, didn't finish design. So you start getting serious. What happens when you get serious? Who discovers you? Who rings up? When does it go from being, just having fun to, going to what you've got now?
I can't remember if there was a single moment. I remember it being very much a progression. Everything was kind of natural, but we're fortunate enough to meet up with my cousin is married to Zane Lowe, and he gave us some advice, and we met up with the people from CRS Management. They helped us out, and then got a great deal from the people at Universal.
Jeez.
That all in the space in a short amount of time, and released a single, released the album, and it's weird because if you asked us to do it again, there's no way we could do it. I can't remember what we did.
Because was any of this planned, or you just evolved holistically, as they say?
It definitely evolved. We, through pressure from friends and family, we decided to put the EP together when we were still in Dunedin, pretty much for a memento of our time there. And then we put it on Facebook because that's what everyone was doing at the time, and it took off from there. It definitely shows the power of social media.
That's the question I always ask musicians. Do you need the infrastructure, or could you just, if you're good, whack it on, get it out there and away you go?
Well, I think, it's the industry's definitely different now. And, I think social media is definitely a huge factor in growing a band, especially for our age group and our fans, I guess. So all our fans are
Everyone needs a platform and an opportunity to just...
And that's it's a free, easy platform. But someone must have been telling you in the early days, gee, you're actually good, as opposed to there's a million people out there strumming guitars and going, hey, listen to me. Yeah. Someone must have said, actually, you're quite good. Or did you say that to yourself?
It's mainly, it's mainly your family keep telling you, which is usually a lie. So
that's right. They're the ones that talked you up back then, but they're definitely the ones that bring you back down to earth now.
Yeah. Are they the biggest critics now?
Yeah.
Good on you. Now, so it's the day. You've still only done one album, haven't you? Yes. So you're still running off the back of the debut album. And so now you've got the Philharmonia and this concert coming up. How did that come together?
I think it's always kind of a dream for any musician to have your music scored and be able to play with an orchestra, whether in the studio or live.
Is it?
I think so.
I'd be freaked out.
It's definitely, we're definitely nervous about it. It's something that's obviously new for us, but we're always looking for ways to push our creativity and our performance.
I think as musicians, when we recorded a lot of songs, we could definitely envision a lot of them being with an orchestra, And
I was going to ask, does it sound any good with orchestra?
Yeah, it's different, and it's incredible, really. But it's a lot different.
As well. I guess one of the pitfalls of have a band coming out the way we did and the album, is that you start off and do the pub scene.
Yeah.
And it's quite a big drinking scene like that, and we're up for a good time. But there's so many songs from the album that we haven't had a chance to play, or haven't had the correct environment for us to perform, or for people to hear them the way we intended them to be heard. So this gives us a beautiful room, all-seated venue. This just gives us another platform, another opportunity to show our diversity. because it's not all about...
Have you been miscast as a pub band, a crazed, mad pub band who really wants to be taken seriously in front of a vast seated audience, backed by...
No, I don't think we've been, yeah...
Well, I guess we are what we are, and we pride ourselves on our diversity. We just want... and we are our fans, I think, and for the most part, if we're digging something, I assume that...
That's a nice way to be. I would be freaked out about the orchestra because I'd be looking at them going, geez, they don't look at me.
It's actually funny because it's quite incredible how they, when we were recently recording with them and stuff that would take us maybe 4 days to do, they come in and do it straight off the bat, and you're like, oh.
so you're quite good, eh?
Yeah. You actually know what you're doing.
Does it sound? The other thing I would worry about is that when you got to, is this like, how many pieces in the Philharmonic? There's lots of them, aren't there? How many are you running with?
I think there was...
recorded a little over 30, I think.
Yeah,
so it can be anywhere up to 60.
And the sound doesn't, overwhelm what you do, and, you get lost.
I think, we went into this project with the idea that we need a balance between the orchestra and the band. So everything's been, especially with the singles, been put together so neither is overpowering the other, but, they both complement each other really well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we don't want them to simply just be a backing track. If the sounds can marry as well as they can. But at the same part, this isn't just the only part of the show. It's a 3-part show where we're stripping some songs back to their kind of purest form, as well as doing a section that showcases our signature 660 energy. So it's definitely something that a lot of people wouldn't have seen before.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big journey for us and for our fans. And
you see it as a risk?
Definitely. Like every show is a risk, and it should be high risk, high reward.
Good on you. You obviously put a lot of thought behind this. I mean, this comes from your law study. Obviously, you're a bright guy and worked it all out. And you're from your design study as well. The tour you've been where? Britain? Am I right in saying this? Britain,
Yep.
The States?
Going to the States.
Going to the States, been to Britain, going to the States, going to Australia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Going well? They love you?
Very well.
Yeah. It was incredible. We flew into London earlier this year and played 3 sellout shows in a row, and then we went...
Is that the social media thing that already heard of you, knew who you were?
Yeah, I think to an extent, it was.
There's a strong Kiwi contingent over there.
Yeah.
But we were really surprised with the local turnout, particularly through Germany. And a lot of it always ties back to New Zealand at the end of the day. They have friends who travel there, or they've travelled there themselves. But at the same time, we're happy that we got an opportunity to get there, which a lot of bands don't. It's just a matter of taking an opportunity. And
it was an incredible thing to be, sort of in Hamburg and playing to a couple hundred people. It was just, it was quite incredible.
Good on you. What are you going to play for us today, by the way?
This is a song called Rest of You. It's off our debut album.
What do you mean your first album? We would cover that part off. You only got one album.
Your album.
Our album. From our album. All right, go for it.
Roxy, are you better than me for leaving us behind? I've seen you drifting further from me. Just hold on to the line. Roxy, are you listening to me? I think that we are losing time. 'Cause I need what you're not giving to me before I'm satisfied. So give me the rest of you. So won't you give me the rest of you? Give me the rest of you. Give me the rest of you. Yeah. See, I'm sure that you don't see me no more. So tell me who has stolen your eyes. Well, it's clear that someone else is here. Just tell him that you are mine. Oh, so give me the rest of you. So won't you give me the rest of you? Give me the rest of you. Give me the rest of you.
Wish you all the best with it.
Thank you.